So we have discussed in previous class energy stored in a capacitor. So the energy stored of a capacitor will be equal to half q square by c, and also it is equal to half cv square, and also equal to here half qv. So today we are going to discuss total energy stored in a combination of capacitor. So we have discussed energy stored in a single capacitor. Now what is the energy if we combine the capacitors? Okay, so there are two type of combination of capacitor. First one in series combination, and second one is parallel combination. So first one, series combination of capacitor. So we know that the in a series combination the charge is constant. Okay, so that's mean every capacitor carries the same charge. So the total energy will be equal to U half Q square upon equivalent capacitor, because here there are more than one capacitor, so that's why we have to take the equivalent capacitor. So it will be equal to half q square by equivalent capacitor, and we know that the equivalent capacitor in series combination is 1 upon equivalent capacitor equal to 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon capacitance of second capacitor plus 1 upon capacitance of third capacitor, and so on. So we have to put this equation in place of CE. So this equation becomes U equal to Q square upon 2, because the charge in series combination is equal in every capacitor. So Q square upon 2 bracket A upon C1, A upon C2, A upon C3, and so on. So after that, q square upon 2 multiply with each terms. So this u, that is the energy, will equal to q square upon 2c1 q plus q square upon 2c2 plus q square upon 2c3, and so on. And you can find that this q upon c1 is the energy stored in first capacitor, and this term is energy stored in second capacitor, and so on. So we can say that the here we can say that the total energy, that is U, will equal to sum of energy stored in individual capacitor, that is U1 plus U2 plus U3 plus so on. Okay, here's U1, U2, U3. Next, the parallel combination of capacitors. So we know that in parallel combination of capacitor, the potential difference across the capacitors is constant. That is, V is constant. Means the potential difference across each capacitor is same, and the total energy is U is equal to half half equivalent capacitor into V square. So here more than one capacitor, so we have to take the equivalent capacitor. For parallel combination, the equivalent capacitor will be sum of individual capacitance of capacitor. So this equivalent capacitor equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus so on. Okay, now we have to put the expression of Ce in here. So our equation, this equation becomes U equal to V square, that is half V square, and C1, C2, C3 in the place of C. Now we have to just multiply V square by 2 with each terms. So this equation becomes C1 V square upon 2, C2 V square upon 2, C3 V square upon 2. So we know that half CV is the energy of a capacitor. So this C1 V square by 2 is the capacity, energy as stored in the first capacitor, and this one C2 V square upon 2 is the energy stored in second capacitor, and C3 V square upon 2 is the energy stored in third capacitor, and so on. So this will becomes U equal to the total energy equal to U1 plus V2 U1 plus U2 plus U3. In this case, the total energy stored in a parallel combination of the capacitor is equal to sum of the energies stored in the individual capacitor. So we can say that total energy stored in series or parallel combination of the capacitor is equal to the sum of the energies stored in individual capacitors. Now, now we have to discuss what is common potential. Common potential. Now suppose we are connecting two capacitor with a conductor. Okay, a conducting wire. So when two capacitor charge to different potential, okay, are connected by the conducting wire. Let's say here is a capacitor. Now we charge the capacitor and the potential difference here is C1 and the potential difference is, let's say, V1, and here is the another capacitor of capacitance C2, and we charged or uncharged, so that's why the potential V2, whether it's charging or not charging, the potential difference will be V1 and V2 here. The potential is V1 and V2. Okay, now if you are connecting this capacitor with a conducting wire, the charge follow from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, we know that the charge always follow from higher potential to lower potential. If V1 is high potential and V2 is low potential, so this the charge will flow from C1 to C2. Yes, capacitor number 1 to capacitor number 2, and this flows continue till their potential become equal. Okay, the charge will flow until the potential will equal, and the equal equal potential of the two capacitor is called common potential. Okay, at the time when the potential becomes same, then we called it common potential. Now here is C1 and here is C2 capacities, capacitance of two capacitor V1 and V2 are the potential difference of capacitor number 1 and capacitor number 2. So as we know that capacitor is what? Sorry, potential difference. Sorry, I'm sorry. Capacitance is charged upon potential difference. Okay. So what will be the charge? Charge will be C, that is the capacitance and the potential difference. So now total charge before sharing or connecting two capacitor together with a conductor. So let's say this capacitor consists of carrying Q1 charge, and this capacitor carries C2 charge. So the total charge will equal to Q1 plus Q2, and we know that what is Q is C, the product of C and V. So that's why it will become C1 V1 plus C2 V2. Now next, now charge after connecting a sharing. Okay, so if we here the charge is Q1 and charge is Q2, and the total charge is Q1 plus Q2, and we know that no charge in lost when we connect two capacitor together. Okay, the conservation of charge, so there is no loss of any charge. Now after charge after sharing, so charge after sharing, the potential became same, common potential. When the potential became same, that is V1 equal to V2 equal to V. So this means the potential became same. So this will C1 V plus C2 V. Same here, C1 plus V1 plus C2 V2. So now potential became same. So this will become C1 plus C1 B1 sorry C1 V plus C2 B. So this will be C plus C2 V. Okay, so this is the charge before sharing, and this is the charge after sharing or connecting the capacitors. So, as I told you, no charge is lost in the process of sharing or conducting. Sorry, connecting. ठीक है. So, this Q charge, we can say the charge before sharing will equal to charge after sharing. So what is the charge before sharing? C1 V1 plus C2 V2. And what is the charge after sharing? That is the C1 plus C2 bracket V. Now from here V is the common potential. So V will be C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2, and this is the potential difference, this is the common potential. So basically, what is the common potential? So here the common potential is what? Is total charge upon total capacity or capacitance. You can see that here C1 V1 plus C2 V2. CV is what? CV is the charge. So here is the charge of the first capacitor plus charge of the second capacitor upon charge of the capacitance of the first capacitor, capacitance of the second capacitor. So here it is the total charge and here is the total capacitance. So this common potential is what? What? The total charge, that is the charge sum of charge of first capacitor and second capacitor, and total capacitance is sum of the first capacitor of the capacitor and second capacitor of the capacitance of the capacitor. So this is the common potential. Basically, what is the common potential? When two capacitor charged to different potential are connected by a conducting wire. Okay, and we know that the charge follows from higher potential to lower potential till their potential become equal, and thus that the equal potential of the two capacitors is known as common potential. When V1 will equal to V2, V1 becomes V2, that time we can say that this is the common potential for two capacitors. Now, next topic is loss of energy on sharing charge. As we know that when two charges are shared between two bodies, means when we connect two capacitor with the help of any conducting wire, no charge is lost. Okay, no charge is lost. So why the energy loss? So some energy loss in the form of heat. Okay, that's why some energy is lost on sharing charge. Now we have to calculate loss of energy, the magnitude of loss of the energy when we share charges, means when we connect two conductors or two capacitor with the conducting wire. So as we know that the common potential is V equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2. Okay, now we know that if there are two bodies connecting with the help of any conducting wire, so first energy will be energy before sharing the charge, and second energy will be energy sharing, total energy after sharing the charge. Okay, let's say q E1 is total energy before sharing, before sharing, before sharing, sorry, sharing charges. Let's say there are two capacitor. Let's say there are two capacitor of capacitance C1, C2, and let's say they charged with different potential. Let's say here V1 and V2. So in particular, in this case, the energy will equal to 1 upon C1 V1 square. We know that the energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square, and when we connect to capacitor in any form, series or parallel, so they will equal to the sum of individual energy stored. The total energy of the combination of capacitor will equal to the sum of individual energy stored in a capacitor. So this will be half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. Okay, now let's say when we connected these two capacitor together with the help of any conductor material, a wire, their potential, the charge flow from higher potential to lower potential until their potential became same, and that potential is known as common potential. So let's say E2 is the total energy after sharing charges, means the total energy of that two conductor, two capacitor after connecting. So this will becomes here the potential V, here the potential V1 will equal to V2, that is V, that is the common potential. So here this will be half C1 C2 V. How we get the value and this expression? So from V1 and V2 became equal, so we can common out this V. So that's why this E2 will equal to half C plus C1 plus C2 V. Oh, sorry, V square. Now we can put the value here V. What is V? V is that much, so we can put the value of V in this equation. So our equation becomes E2 equal to 1 upon C1 C2, and we have to put the value of V. So V is equal to C1 plus V1, sorry, C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2 square, here the whole square, and this will becomes C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon 2 C1 plus C2. This square will cancel out with this. Okay. Now what is the energy loss? So the energy loss, how can we find the energy loss? So we have to just subscribe as sorry, we have to just subtract that subtract E1, that is the energy loss, and the energy loss will be equal to E1 minus E2. Okay, we have to subtract E2 from E1. So E1 is what? E1 is half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square, and what is the E2? E2 is C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon 2 C1 plus C2. Okay, and now we have to calculate this, and you will get this energy loss will equal to C1 C2 bracket V1 minus V2 square upon 2 C1 plus C2. Just you have to calculate. Okay, solve that, you will get E1 minus E2 will equal to C1 C2 bracket V1 minus V2 square whole square upon 2 bracket C1 C2. So that is the energy loss, on a sharing charge. Means when we are connecting two capacitor with different potential, so the energy loss will equal to that much.